So what are the ways in which you have taken care of yourself within this process of having a parent who's accepting and not? Like, what tools have you used to become what we see and what Ed and I have both seen as like this young man who's confident in who he is not afraid to share his story? How did you get to this place?
I actually went through a very hard phase back in grade 9.
Okay.
And for most of the year, I was actually in a depression.
Right.
It was just this dark stage that I just was stuck in for a while. And it was like a mix of everything, including being gay.
Yeah.
And it took a while even for me to recognize what I was going through.
And to accept.
Yeah. And to accept myself as well, what took a while. I knew I was, but accepting it was definitely difficult. It does take time, and you can't give up on yourself. Anyone who's going through what I've been or is about to, they just kind of need to take a breath almost. Just like stop and just open your eyes to everything that can help you and everyone that can help you, because there is always someone there. There's always a way to get through something. It will be hard, but it will not be forever. And there's always a light at the end of the tunnel.
What were some of the things that like really pulled you out to see light?
I found ways that I felt would make me either happy or just feel a bit better than I was. So I would find things that I realized I liked. So I didn't know this for a while, but I actually really like meditation. And
how did you even discover that?
so I took myself to a therapist.
Okay.
And I only was there for about 3 sessions.
Okay.
And each session, she actually put me through some meditation.
Okay.
I realized that I really liked it. It was like a safe place for me to just relax, kind of clear my head from everything that's going on. And once I could figure out how to do it myself,
Right.
it was like the perfect thing. It was almost like a peak of a way to break free from what was going on with me in that moment.
So that was definitely one of those
Yeah, that was like the major thing that helped me get myself out
of that depression.
of the depression. And like another thing is like I extremely enjoy just being outside. So I would purposely go out for bike rides with my aunt or something like that, or I go for walks, or I just even play video games, something that I could do that I can express myself through. Finding things that I enjoyed, even singing. Singing was one of the main things as well that definitely helped me, because it was such a release.
Right.
And I just felt like myself, be who I am.
That is the biggest piece of advice that I'm hearing. And for any of you watching at home, that will be part of your exploration as you figure out what makes you happy, what brings you joy. And you're going to have to try things. Figure it out.
There's always
you may
trial and
fail.
error.
You will likely fail many times.
Yes.
But it's not really failing. It's just, that didn't really...
that didn't work. Try something new.
Yeah. I want to know like what you think the future of social media is and how we're using it. And is it going to be the downfall of your generation of kids, or do you think that we will find a way to create some balance?
I feel like it depends how it's used.
Okay.
There's definitely pros and cons between both. But there's obviously, it's very well known that there's a lot of cyberbullying that comes for everyone. I've gotten it before.
Right.
With just like pictures, or like I used to have an old YouTube channel with like gaming. I got hate from a lot of it.
Yeah.
And it happens. But what I use is I'm like, I don't know who this person is, and I more than likely will never see them, and they will more than likely never say something to my face.
Absolutely.
Because if they're saying it online, it's because they're afraid to say something.
They're anonymous.
Yeah.
What people say online, very rarely would they ever have the guts to say to you in person.
Yeah.
And there's where you have the choice, we have the choice, what we give meaning to.
Yeah.
And I think for you guys watching at home, when you experience these hateful things, it is still your choice whether you believe it or not. And sometimes it's hard because it just keeps hitting you in the face. But it is always your choice whether you want to give it meaning or not.
Yeah.
So having been through all of this so far in your life, is there a philosophy by which you live?
Definitely being myself. Even like my bedroom, I have changed to what I like and what I enjoy. Like if anyone was to walk in my room, there's model cars on the wall. There's paintings of places that I love and that I've been. There's even like a painting that I got in Dominican made with Dominican sand.
Nice.
That I love, and which shows it's like an image of me. So everything in that room is just who I am.
An extension of you.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I definitely see myself doing something like, if my music takes off, I'm not planning on it taking off. It would be amazing if it did.
Plan on it if you want it.
I definitely want it, but I definitely have a backup plan.
And what's the backup?
ECE is what I'm looking
Okay.
An ECE is an early childhood education or something.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like kindergarten to grade 5.
Yeah.
And it's a teacher's assistant. So
yeah,
that's what I'm going to become. If the music thing doesn't work out.
Yeah, or you can do both.
But yeah, I could always do both.
You can always play music. Yeah.
Yeah, I will always do music because it is by far my favorite thing to do.
Right. Do you see yourself as an advocate for the queer community, or how do you view that relationship with yourself?
I feel like I could be. Definitely with a lot that I've gone through, I feel like I could even help people that are going through the exact same thing, and just people who haven't even gone through it can learn stuff.
Yeah.
You could go through anything and feel any sort of way, and it's okay to feel that way.
Right.
And that's something that people need to realize.
Yeah.
Is they need to realize that it's okay to feel this way. It's okay to be upset about something.
Yeah. Numbing the feelings will only last so long.
Yeah.
And eventually you will have to deal with it.
And numbing the feelings will actually only make it worse because you're just bottling it up inside, and it just makes the feelings 1,000 times worse when you really have to deal with them.
Even though that is often the scariest thing to do, is actually feeling them, because you're afraid you won't be able to handle that.
Yeah.
And in fact, you will.
Yeah.
I know it seems like you might not, but I think from my own experience too, it's when I actually went there that I was actually able to move through it. I want you to know that you inspire me. And we are very inspired by you being here, and we are so grateful that you're allowing us to share your story with the world, because I know that it will have effect on people. So
I'm very grateful to be able to have the chance to share my story with people and letting people know that no matter what you're going through, it gets better.
Yeah, totally. Well, come here. So nice to have you on the Queer Network, more than just a phrase that we did on the Queer Is videos. Thank you so much for watching at home, everybody. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you have any specific questions for Brandon, comment below. I'll make sure that he gets to read them and see them. If you've never been here before, just like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share it with all the people you think need to see this. And if you haven't submitted a video to the Queer Network, we are going to start showcasing some of your videos that you send in to us. If there's a story you want to tell, or a talent that you want to share, just videotape yourself on a couch and send it to queer@thequeernetwork.com, and you just might end up on the Queer Network. We always end with Queer is here. Queer is here! Done. Nailed it. Yeah! I love this. Moment. And are we ready?
Yeah.
It's happening.